Hello, everyone. It's been some time, so I thought it was a good moment to give you guys an update video. I'm altrodesi. I'm a comic book artist and illustrator, and I really love comics. The comic I've been working on for the last couple years is a comic book series called The Divinity. Here's the little mock-up cover that I've made, but this is the volume 1 cover. And yeah, the story is inspired by manga, specifically shonen manga. It's a action adventure, battle type of manga. The main character's name is Halo. He is a teenage martial artist, and he's training day in and day out to essentially compete with his teacher. And one day while saving a temple, um, he awakens a god. Um, the god is all like, you've been chosen, but he, unfortunately for that god, doesn't really believe in them very highly. So, he doesn't really care about the prophecy and whatever they're talking about. So he rejects the god, but you know, the god is very upset, at this, but she's like, fine, um, she's upset, but he basically offers to help her find someone else. And basically, you're following the story of essentially what happens when the character essentially goes against this quote unquote being chosen thing, and they do their own thing, and the god has to kind of roll with the punches and kind of figure out where to go from there. It's a story about, discovery, rejection, and a lot of other things I don't want to go too far into. But I really like fight scenes, action sequences, and everything like that. But I also want to do a lot better with storytelling and just making really good moments in general, not just about battle, but also just like really heartful things. Heartful, is that the right word? Like things with meaning, I want to really make lasting impression beyond just a fight scene or a battle or something like that. So I want to put some things in there that are well researched and also personal at the same time, so that it'll be unique in its own way, uh, beyond just copying uh, tropes or anything like that. So yeah, been writing that for a while. I really enjoy working on it, and I hope you guys will too. Um, Here's an example of some of the pages from some of the first couple chapters. Um, so you guys can get like a glimpse at like what the artwork looks like. I definitely try to focus a lot on panel flow, composition. I'm getting better with dialogue every chapter that I do, and even sound effect placement and things like that. Um, my bread and butter is definitely fight scenes and choreography, but I don't lean as heavily into it all the time, because any great story can have any great story doesn't necessarily need to just focus on fight scenes like I just previously talked about. I want to have a more balanced approach, um, where when there's a fight, it's necessary or it's for a fun purpose. It's got to have its purposes. Here's another example of a double page spread within the first two chapters. So, hope you guys like the artwork. I try to do my best and get things done as best as I can. I am also, a goal of mine is to be able to do a chapter a month, which should be around 20 pages. I'm very close to hitting that goal, and now that I have a more consistent schedule, I should be able to start hitting that goal more consistently. If you guys are looking for where you can read for free, you guys can check out these sites here. I mainly post on Webtoon, Tapas, Comic Fury, and Global Comics. So if you guys like reading on any of these sites, feel free to go to your respective favorite site and subscribe to the series there and read it. Very much appreciate it. Any support is awesome. What else do we have here? Oh, Patreon. For the most part, I'll be trying to make sure that Patreon is getting monthly support by posting. Wait a minute, I'm on the wrong thing. I think I am. Hold on. That's not it. Aha. Alright. Patreon. Right? On Patreon, I have a bunch of tiers. I'm going to be supporting Patreon every single month when it comes to sketches, comics, behind the scenes stuff, and also a special little $15 tier. So the $1 tier is going to be my sketches, warm-up sketches, practice sketches, things like that, gesture drawings and stuff. That's what my $1 tier is going to be. It's just like a tip jar. I think I would like to set it up to also not just be $1, but also pay what you want, just in case people wanted to donate, more or less or whatever. See here. There we go. So here's like a glimpse at kind of like what my sketches look like. So I'm usually playing with things like drawing from photos and adjusting things like proportions and stuff, pushing form, making things bigger or smaller here and there. Sometimes I'm, picking out certain types of shapes and manipulating those. Sometimes it is just focused on anatomy. I could be studying expressions and manipulating the facial structure. And sometimes it's just sketches of my characters. If you guys like some of that, there's a lot of sketches that are already there. These are examples of some of the sketches that are already on my Patreon that you get for just $1. Next is, let me see. Yeah, next is essentially, I'll jump into the comic. The comic, I'm going to be keeping the stuff on Patreon further than the stuff for free. The comic for free. So on the free sites, I have up to chapter 4 completely done. On my Patreon, we are already dipping into chapter 5, and we're a bit further. At the moment, I'm only posting for free like a page every week, which I know is slow, but it's how I can stay ahead and also stay consistent on those sites. And since I have up to 4 chapters complete on those sites, that's over 100 pages that are already available for free. Going forward, once I do start hitting the goal of, 20 pages a month, I will start updating the free sites to be able to have more pages posted at a time so that I can also give my Patreon supporters more pages at a time as well. I'll probably end up posting whole entire chapters at some point on Patreon. That way everybody will get a fair shot to read and experience the comic. But yeah, other than that, and having a certain amount of pages in front of the free ones, which I'm thinking should be about 5 to 10 pages, which, since I'm posting 1 page at a time per week, it'll still be months ahead of the free release, as I call it. So that'd be awesome. So just $5 for that. The $6 tier, just one more dollar, is going to be like a behind the scenes thing, like a special feature bonus type thing. So we're going to have storyboards, pencils, inks, and finished pictures or finished comic pages. I have some older comic book pages that are completely done that I have saved the storyboards and pencils and all these different parts because I was working on paper at that point, and at some point I thought, hey, it would be a cool idea if I just scanned these and kept these and stuff like that, because I always like the idea of the type of art books that you'd see where they show the step-by-step process. Um, and I thought, that'd be cool. I also have things from one-shots that I've done. I think I did one for Silent Manga Edition. Um, and it's where this one is from here. Um, so I'll be sharing things from one-shots as well as the Divinity. Here's what the inks look like on one of the pages and what the finishes are looking like. So all that stuff will be available. I'm thinking also of releasing a PDF document of each chapter as I go along to help more people experience the comic the way they want to. Right now, they're in collections of like JPEGs or PNGs for people to check out and have like their high quality pictures. So you can go ahead and already open them up and download them, and you own them. But if you want them in a PDF, I'll eventually upload them chapter by chapter as PDFs for people to download and enjoy also in that way. All right. Up next is illustrations. I'll also be offering glimpses of illustrations and probably step-by-step process for those as well. Here's an example of kind of like some of the illustrations I've done and what to expect going forward. I like certain type of characters so far. I don't do fan art as often, but I want to do more. So this is kind of what to expect. I also have another example here. It's an older picture of mine where, again, I'll have the step-by-step process for this type of thing, even for some digital illustrations and whatnot like that. So if you like that, awesome, I got you. So I'll also plan on streaming. When it comes to streaming, I'm going to be streaming comics, illustrations, and games sometimes. Like you already know, I love comics. I'll definitely be working on comics on stream. Definitely the Divinity. I will say, when it comes to the stuff that I'm posting on my Patreon and the free release, I'm a lot further along than that when it comes to the stuff that I'm going to be streaming, because I have a decent buffer to work from. So you're going to be seeing things way further in the future than what I'm posting on the free release and even on Patreon. But I'm trying to get everything working so that I can eventually get more and more pages and stuff out to people. So what I'm saying is, if you come to the stream and you watch me draw and you're a fan or you're interested in reading the comic, in a way you will be kind of sort of spoiled, but I think it'll be kind of interesting to just see how far along I've come at the same time. And if you have any questions, I can definitely answer any questions about like the process and stuff like that. If anyone's coming through and they're working on comics and they need some help or they need some advice, I got you. When it comes to illustrations, again, these are the types of things that I like to illustrate, I guess. Kind of like action-y or posy. What's a good word? Someone had called some of my work statuesque. Sometimes I go around that area of depiction when it comes to working on stuff. And every now and then I'll be like, okay, I'll give myself a break and I'll play a game. Right now, the main game that I play is Teppen. It's a little card battling game from Capcom and Gung Ho. And it's very fun. It's very addictive. And I do well enough. I have fun with it. But, yeah, I think that was it. Thanks so much, everyone, for sticking around for the video. I appreciate it. And all the links that will be necessary will be in the description of the video. But yeah, thanks so much, everyone. I'm altrodesi. and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.